What the hell is Global Cord Blood Group doing? At the end of April, the company announced they were going to do an acquisition, and I thought, yes, they're finally going to utilize their cash, boost shareholder returns, increase revenue, expand overseas. But when I started to read the details of this acquisition, I was very disappointed. So, the company announced they're going to acquire Cellenkos, a company located in the United States, and this transaction involved 1. Giving Cellenkos $664 million, and 2. Issuing to Cellenkos roughly 114 million shares. But to current shareholders, that would result in a 50% dilution. When I started to read more about Cellenkos, I was confused. Whilst it does work in the same industry as a company, in my opinion, it is just an R&D outlet. It is way too small, and to my knowledge, I couldn't find any products they have marketed in the United States. So, why was the company issuing to this small R&D outlet $664 million and diluting their current shareholders by 50%? In the early stages of May, I wrote a letter to the current management of the company asking them these questions. What were their plans with Cellenkos? Why were they giving Cellenkos so much money? Are they going to supply personnel from the current company to Cellenkos to help over this expansion? But I received no reply. A few days after, Blue Ocean, who is the major shareholder of Global Cord Blood Corporation, announced that they were holding an emergency general meeting to 1. Cancel this acquisition, and 2. Kick off the current board members and replace them. So the vote was left for the shareholders, but if you read the actual fine print on the proxy statement, it said that even if you didn't vote, your vote would be cast as yes for the motion. And at the end, it was announced that the result had successfully gone through, the acquisition was cancelled, and the current board members would be removed and replaced. However, now the current board members of Global Cord, in my opinion, are playing games. 1. On the exact same day that the results of the emergency general meeting were announced, guess what they do? They announced that Cellenkos has now received approval for a different stage of testing for one of their products. A few days after, they also announced that they claim that the results of the emergency meeting are not valid. So until now, there is going to be no action on whether the board members are going to be removed or whether the acquisition is going to be cancelled. This is going to be delayed until July the 28th. So until July 28th, I do not expect the share price of the company to do much. It may fluctuate up and down, a few spikes here and there, but it's going to be pretty stagnant until July 28th. The share price of the company declined. I use this as an opportunity to increase my own holdings. As I did say, I still like the company, and until July 28th, I'm going to continue to increase my own holdings incrementally using safe money management still. It appears that one of the CEOs of the company's subsidiaries, Quill, if I remember correctly, is going to be the new CEO if the results are declared valid. And this is what I voted for. I voted yes on the proxy statement to remove the current board and replace them. So until July 28th, we'll see what happens with the company, but I'm hoping it's going to turn out good. So my name is Eric. Thank you for listening.